This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and tonight we're here at the premiere for The Fighter, starring Mark Wahlberg, Amy Adams, and Christian Bale. All right, Anthony Molinari, right?
This is true.
Okay, now you're in the movie.
Yes.
You box Mark Wahlberg.
This is, yeah. We're
Now, it's true that he took real punches in this movie.
Yeah, we, for the most part, the first half of the movie, we like choreographed it. Then they wanted to do some reshoots where we pretty much like went out and went to Paramount, reset up the gym, and then actually went for about 5 or 6 hours, like really kind of going toe to toe.
So now, what you were delivering some of these real punches.
This is true.
Okay, now did you receive any real punches?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Couple of black eyes to prove it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, at this point, don't you think is this madness? Am I involved in madness here?
Well, no. I mean, I think working with Mark for so long, for 2 months, and knowing his athleticism and his caliber, and I mean, there's fighting and then there's like brawling, you know what I mean? And when you have a professional fighter, and Mark has studied the art for like so long, that it got to the point where you could understand that he's not going to go like over the top where he's going to try to knock you out, but we're going to make some really good contact hits where we know each other's points of, I guess, pain, I guess you could say.
What do you feel that you're personally going to take away from this experience?
Oh, me personally, I mean, honestly, it's just another dream come true for me. You know what I mean? Micky Ward, I grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts. I was born and raised there. He was a local hero. For me, it's just like knowing that dreams can come true. This is another one of my dreams that are just coming true, that's all.
And what are some new and other projects that we can see you in the future?
Well, I got a couple. Well, I mean, I work with George Clooney as well. I work with him quite a bit as his stunt double, and I work with Mark Ruffalo and Jeremy Renner now. So we got some projects lined up in the future here that we're going to get together and put together some great work. Hopefully, inspire some people.
I can see the Mark Ruffalo thing, which
Mark,
is good.
That's great. Yeah.
God bless you, brother. Congratulations.
Right,
enjoy the movie.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Anthony Thomas, how you doing, man? You were in the Funky Bunch, correct?
Yes, I was actually a member and the choreographer.
You are, I guess, one of the final fighters that Mark Wahlberg's character, Micky Ward, fights before he takes it to the next level, correct?
Exactly.
Tell me, what did you guys, now there's word that real punches were thrown in this movie, and you're a friend of Mark's, so were you receiving real punches?
I received some real punches. Actually, we horse around all the time, you know. But you know, training for this film was actually hard because I took some real shots, some real good body shots, and you know, it's a contact sport, so you got to take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? And it's not easy getting in the ring. My hat's off to all the guys that are boxers because it's tough getting in the ring. It really is.
How much training did you do to prepare for this role?
I trained really hard with Mark, and there was a lot of basketball, weight training, and we trained with Bo Cleary, one of the boxing trainers from Boston, and we did like between 3 to 4 or 5 rounds a day.
Eric Estrada.
How you doing?
Eric, what intrigues you about this movie, The Fighter?
Well, I'm a member of the Academy. I gotta see everything because I gotta vote. I get to vote. And at the same time, I'm a big Christian Bale and Wahlberg fan. You know, I'm following Wahlberg now with all the things that he's producing. It's kind of great. I mean, I'm hooked on his Boardwalk show. Entourage is another one I'm hooked on. I mean, and he's just really sharp. He's today and he's tomorrow, and it's awesome. Christian Bale is an actor that I wouldn't miss anything he ever did. I wouldn't miss anything that he's in.
And then what have you got going on?
I'm a real police officer now. I work at Internet Crimes Against Children out of Virginia. It's what I do. I actually build cases and arrest guys on the internet. That's what I do. But I produce stuff too. But my stuff is, I got a show every Sunday at 1 o'clock on Channel 5 here, syndicated around the country. I host and produce with my buddy the Christmas Parade, Hollywood, which we did the other night. I'm busy that way, but I'm not looking for that. I like my cop work now. Now I got to live my dream.
All right, Eric Estrada, God bless you. Have a beautiful night.
Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi.
Look, you got a couple shiners going tonight, Paul.
Yeah, I was trying to. I wasn't sure if I should cover them up tonight, but hey, man, I'm the real thing. I'm a real fighter. So sometimes you get bruised in training. I'm in a hard training camp right now. I have a fight actually scheduled for December 18th. So, get a lot of sparring in. Sometimes you get bruised.
tell me now. Back in the day, I learned from my parents because we used to watch a lot of fight movies, and we watched Muhammad Ali back in the day. They had a term called getting punch drunk.
Yeah.
Have you experienced that?
You know, I think in boxing terms, when you're punch drunk is when you've suffered too much damage and it's kind of irreparable, and you slur your speech later on in life. So I don't think I've experienced it yet. I think my speech patterns are okay. I hope they are at least. But you know, obviously we've all been buzzed. If you have a career as a fighter, you will get hit hard enough to where, you know, you'll get knocked from your senses here and there. You know, depending on how much and how good you recover is up to you. But yeah, you go through that as a fighter, of course.
Now, have you ever sparred with Mark Wahlberg?
No, never sparred with Mark Wahlberg, but you know, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. I've never get in the ring with him though.
Do you know about Micky Ward and Dicky Eklund?
Yeah, they're actually friends of mine. I know them for a long time. I actually fought early in my career on an undercard with where Micky fought in the main event, and when I was an up-and-coming prospect, I fought on his undercard. I was just a few rounds. I was a fighter just with less than 10 fights, you know. So you know, you kind of fill up the shows with an undercard. So I fought on an undercard where Micky was in the main event, and you know, I developed a friendship with Micky. I know him for a long time. Really a nice guy, and I've been telling people about this movie, and I said, you know, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, you know, to really make a movie about his life. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy who also overcame so much, you know, and so the combination of both things really makes me happy for him, man, and he deserves everything he's got.
Well, Paulie, God bless you. Much success in your fighting career. Have a beautiful night and enjoy the movie.
Thank you. I sure will.
What was it about this subject matter that made you guys want to write a film about it?
I love sports stories, and I responded to this one immediately because it's about redemption. You know, it's about a brotherly bond, and I found that was really unique in a boxing world. And I think that was the thing that drew me to. I have a brother that struggled with some drug issues, so I related to it on that level as well. And it just sucked me in. It was something that it sort of wrote itself. It was one of those kind of stories that the minute Dorothy pitched it to me, I knew there was a really big movie in it. I really did.
Do you feel by backing a movie like this, it's giving people a message of hope and to hang in there?
Absolutely, that's exactly what I feel. I think the world needs that right now.
Both of their careers should have been over so many times. As people have said, this is the story that shouldn't have happened. You know, it never should have happened, but because of their perseverance and just the kind of people they are, they just don't give up.
And Dorothy, this must be an amazing moment for you.
It really is. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that it happened. I think, you know, we always thought it was going to be an incredible story. It's been a long road.
I read that this was something that Mark Wahlberg actually believed in 1,000%. And
It took him, when Mark got involved, I think it then took about another 5 years to get it made, and he pushed and pushed, and it takes a star like him really to get these films made. He also trained for it the whole time, so if it hadn't come through, he'd have all those pecs for no reason. So.
And muscles on his shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's also a Boston boy, so, you know, he knows the story inside and out. He knows the people. He knows how. We were very fortunate that he was so behind this movie.
I'm Jenna Lamia.
I'm Erica McDermott.
Melissa McMeekin.
Kate O'Brien.
Bianca Hunter.
Dendry Taylor.
What kind of energy did it take to play these sisters?
It actually took a lack of energy because that's a great way to put it, Jenna. To stay toned down and real, and because the level that Mark and Amy and Christian were working on was so authentic and so real that if we put anything on, it would stick out. And I remember actually being at Mark's house before we left to do the movie, and she and I were doing accents, and he was like, "Take it down," you know. So we had to learn the accent and then kind of unlearn it, so it would just be a hint.
Each of your highlights were from making this film.
The scene in the living room when the whole family is sitting around just watching the way Mark, Amy, and Christian and Melissa did their scenes. It was a huge education to me.
I liked getting in the cat fight on the front porch with Amy Adams.
The overall highlight, I think, actually was just kind of the bond and the camaraderie that I made with the people, and actually between takes, the laughing. We laughed. I don't think I've ever laughed as much as I did on this set. Yeah.
I'm gonna copy you.
She's the food. She's the food. She's not gonna lie.
It was the good food and the comedies.
Yeah, no, meeting everybody. Definitely getting to meet everybody. The people that I have in my lives now is definitely worth it. That is 100% true. But I would say there's a scene that's a montage now at the dinner table before the big fight brawl with the cops, where we just were improvising, and it was such an amazing and fun, hysterical night with Jack McGee and Melissa, Leo, and Mark and Amy. It was so much fun. And then, but I mean, you can see that we're having fun when you see the movie, but there's not a lot of dialogue there. But it was such a fun night. And then, of course, you know, getting into the brawl.
So now I definitely don't have to ask you what the benefits of being in this movie were.
Yeah, the benefits, well, yeah, you get to sleep with all these chicks. It's great. No, these are the gals that play my daughter, and it's we had a great time back in Lowell, and it's pretty exciting to see them again after all this time.
What did you love about being in this movie?
The people that I met, Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, Melissa, Leo, Amy Adams, and then you get to work with them on a daily basis, find out how much fun, how much creativity goes on there, and how they make you feel like you're welcome. It's pretty cool stuff.
What did you learn about yourself making this film?
I learned what I learned about myself is that that I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in this business. I'm supposed to be the guy, and then to stay out of the way, stay out of Melissa Leo's way. She doesn't knock you on the top of your head with a frying pan.
And you're also on a TV show, which is very famous.
Well, I was on Rescue Me for quite a while. I haven't been on there for a couple of seasons, but that's the last steady gig I had on TV.
Kenny Warmold. How you doing?
Bud? Good. How are you?
I'm great. Now, let's give props to the fighter.
Props to the fighter.
What you came out here because you want to see Mark Wahlberg get punched in the face a few times.
I want to see Mark punch a bunch of other guys in the face. That's what I want to see.
And you know that he took real punches in this movie.
Yeah, I read all about it, and it sounds pretty badass.
Now, you're not going to be taking real punches in your next film, the remake of Footloose.
I don't. Well, there's a fight scene. It's not like this one though, but it's pretty badass as well. Yeah, definitely Footloose. We just wrapped Footloose a few weeks ago, and you know it was incredible. Great ride.
How is the Millennium version of Footloose? How are we taking it to the next level in this movie?
Well, Craig Brewer directed it. I don't know if you're familiar with his work, Hustle and Flow and Black Snake Moan. So just right there, your reaction, that's what he brought to Footloose. You know, he brought a new edge to it, but it definitely stays true to the original film, which is really cool, but definitely have some new bits in there. Yeah.
And now you're doing some of those flips and those turns, and I mean it's pretty physical. Kevin Bacon got really physical. And let me ask you, did you talk to Kevin Bacon at all during the filming of this movie? Did you call him and ask him for some advice?
I didn't. I haven't met Kevin yet. I'm sure I will one day, and it'll be great. It'll be an honor to finally shake his hand, but I haven't, no.
Is this the same kind of story where before it was a father who was a preacher of a small town that feels that it's not of God or of the Lord to have dancing? Is this the same plot line?
Yes, very similar plot line. Stays true to the original heart of the film, and same characters, but just definitely a new punch, if you will, to the original.
And the Footloose theme is going to be played in this movie.
You will hear Kenny Loggins. Yes, you will.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And then who is your leading lady?
Julianne Hough.
And what was it like working with her? You must have worked with her in the past, being that you're a great dancer.
I actually hadn't worked with her. I just met her when we started doing the film, and you know, actually during the audition process, and she blew me away. She's great. She's an incredible dancer, great actress, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah.
How easy is dancing? How easy does dancing come to you?
I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, so certain things come easy, but there was definitely a lot of challenges in this film. You know, it's different when you're doing it on film and you're doing a solo in this factory and you're connected to harnesses and everything. It was definitely an extreme version of what I knew already, but it was incredible. It was a great challenge.
Kenny, much success in your career. Congratulations, and have a beautiful night.
You too, bud.
Now, you're the man that trained the untrainable. I'm just kidding. But I mean, this was against all odds that this man's life came back together. What was it that you saw in Micky Ward that made you give it your all?
Well, because Micky never quit. When things were going bad and everybody was down on him, he was still at that right age at 28 years old. He wasn't finished. and he was a kid that kept himself in great shape, and he worked harder than anybody else then, and he still does that today. He still works out every day like he's getting ready for a fight tomorrow.
Mark, what made you want to take real punches in this movie?
To make the boxing real.
He enjoys it all the time. Peace out.
The Blairing Out Show.